The cultural exchanges and understanding has been greatly enhanced in the past decades with more Seychelles students studying China and the Confucius Institute providing Chinese language training. And the Seychelles-China Day has been successfully held for 14 years now, and we heard was warmly welcomed by local people as well. So how do you understand the importance of enhancing people-to-people exchanges as well as this cultural aspiration between the people of both countries?
It's the only way to make good relations survive and be able to sustain them. It's only people to people. Cultural and sports activities bring the people together. Friends are created. Tourism is one way also where we get to meet each other. Way back in the 1900s, a lot of Chinese came to Seychelles and they established themselves.
Yes.
So it's been it's two cultures that have the two cultures have really merged. The features are slightly different, but the ancestral connection remains. My wife, for example, has a Chinese grandfather, and the mother is of another race, and so we've got all those mixtures. And now our children really have everything from Africa to Asia to Europe. So it's a real mixture.
Well, Mr. President, as you mentioned that actually your wife has a Chinese ancestry. So how has this very special bond with China impact your understanding and appreciation of the Chinese history, Chinese culture?
My wife just returned from China. And I can tell you, when she visited China, two of my sons said, "Mom, I want to come with you."
They fight about going.
Yes, and two of them accompanied her. So this is just to give you an indication of how a lot of Seychellois would like to visit China. My surname is Ramkalawan, an Indian surname. So sometimes when people look at me and they say, "How can you have an Indian surname?" My great-grandfather was from India. My grandmother and her ancestors were from Europe. And on my father's side, there was the African side. So all this has been the melting pot. Similar, you will find people with the same features with a Chinese surname. And you will also realize that the first president of independent Seychelles was of Chinese origin. In fact, in Victoria, you will realize we have a monument that it's good for you to see that monument, which depicts three birds landing in Seychelles. I mean, their beaks are in the ground. And that monument depicts the main continents from which the people of Seychelles have emerged, and that is Africa, Asia, and Europe. So Seychelles, when we talk about the melting pot of cultures, Seychelles is indeed a melting pot, and this is what Seychelles is all about.
Well, President Ramkalawan, speaking of tourism, actually this is our very first time to be here in Seychelles, even though we won't have the time to travel due to work commitment. But we still were amazed by the breathtaking views along the way, the turquoise waters, the white beaches. And yesterday when I was eating bread along the streets, there are actually birds who are trying to grab my food. And in 2013, both countries signed an agreement on mutual visa exemption. Taking this opportunity, would you paint a vivid picture for our Chinese viewers, Chinese tourists, about some of the unique experiences that are waiting for them here in Seychelles?
I would say to a Chinese tourist that coming to Seychelles is a unique experience. One, you are coming to islands lost in the middle of the ocean. The sea is the dominant factor. Beautiful beaches, The scenery, it's green everywhere. We put a lot of emphasis on protecting the environment. And the boulders, the only group of granitic islands in the world, because of our history, the geographical history.